Good afternoon, everybody. This is hello. Okay. Well, after 1:30 in the afternoon, Monday, December 23rd, 2024. Last I checked, a balmy 56 degrees in my house. Burskies. But I think we're headed down the right path to getting our heat back. So I know a lot of people have reached out and been like, "Do you need anything? Do you need money?" And it's like, money doesn't help us. Money can't get them here. Okay. Um, that can't get them here. Okay. Uh, it's just unfortunate. And I called before they were open. How the fuck you call somebody before they even open and can't get on the schedule today for a no heat? So like I said, a lot of people have been like, I was just gonna give you the money to get it fixed, and it's like, hold that, hold that money. Um, what we're probably waiting on, what I'm waiting on right now, is I'm waiting on the HVAC technician that I talked to earlier today to get out of like his next job because he was going to his first job of the day. The reason that he was able to contact me today is because in Denver he didn't have a 7 a.m. call. So he didn't have a call until 9 a.m. and he was on his way to his first call, and that's why he was able to help me. So shout out to Shane. He's an HVAC tech out of Denver. He said he's a big fan. He sits on the show, listens as he goes, and so thank you. He saved me easily hundreds of dollars, if not 1,000 or more. Now, did we fix the issue? No, but understand that I would have had to pay for what he did for free, right? I would have had to pay at least $110, um, just for a diagnosis, and he was able to say, it's not here, it's not here. Okay, it's here. Okay, so got continue to receive good karma, and I just want you all to know I've been living this way my whole life. I have lived this way my whole life. I have done my very best, right? Been in school 3 separate decades, right? I have no criminal record. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I advocate for a healthy lifestyle. I just want to help young people, right? Cause like the people that God forgot, right? Kids, right? Specifically like high school kids. Um, and so to get receive karma, it's not my first rodeo. Won't be my last. And I also, for people that don't believe in karma, I don't feel the effects of negative karma. And I can say with my full chest, like, I don't ever feel, oh shit, I'm feeling the negative effects of karma because I've done something wrong. So let this be sort of like a lesson that I can leave to other people. You may have your faith, okay? You may have your deity and your God of choice. And I have instead chosen karma. And I can assure you that I feel karma, good karma. And I have felt that most of my life. And have just gotten by on other people being very graceful to me and generous to me and good to me. And I just hope that I can return that. Okay? There's 30 people in here. There's about 9 people in YouTube. So that's about 40 people. That's a full classroom of kids. Okay? Listen to me. You got to get 8 hours of sleep minimum a day. Okay? You probably need more than that. Okay? You probably need more than that. Okay? But you also need to drink water, right? You got to hydrate. You got to eat right, you got to exercise. Okay? If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Okay? You don't have to worry about getting ready if you're just ready all the time. Okay? So let that motivate you. Okay? A lot of people like me, I was expecting something today, but that's because I have a lot of hope. And I don't have a lot of knowledge. Okay? I'm not an elected official. nor am I a lawyer. And at this point, I'm just at the mercy of whatever happens. Okay? So if I were going to share something with you, okay, that should be enough light reading for the day, okay? Okay. Here is the Matt Gaetz report. So everybody wants the Matt Gaetz report, right? Okay. Everybody's like, "Hey, how do I look at that?" Well, here it is in all its glory. Okay. My name is Earl. Introduced me to karma, and now karma is my karmic Bible. Mm-hmm. Yep. But yeah, we've talked about Elon and his son repeated what he said, and he said, "Here at SpaceX, we pretty much can do whatever we want." And they'll never know. Also, before he removed his son from that interview. So that's the problem that I've had this whole time is I've been saying loose lips sink ships, and I ain't just talking about us, right? I'm talking about them. When Donald Trump can't help himself but tell people we don't need your vote, we got all the votes we need, and Elon Musk, bragging at that. Remember the the kite kindness carnival meeting at the Madison Square Garden. If you know what I'm talking about, Elon Musk talked openly about what I perceive as fixing the election beyond what was even believable. Talking about winning all the swing states and shit. He literally said he was gonna do it. Right? So a lot of people are wondering, what's going on, man. I thought you said that, shit was gonna happen today. And it would be fantastic if it did. Okay. And all right. And then what I try to do, okay, when I make a post on social media, remember you got to leave enough for hashtags. Hashtags helps people find you. So you ever wondered why you see a bunch of pound signs and a bunch of things? I try to think about what hashtags could you be searching for and find my shit, right? So when you see my posts on social media, okay, I'm trying to help people find me, right? So I'm going to share this, copy link, and then leave room, stop project 2025, election 2024. Matt Gaetz. Okay. What else? I didn't think there was much else going on today. Merry Christmas. There. Okay. And the reason I do that with you sitting here is it takes time away from what we could be doing, right? Copy link to post. Okay. And then I would post that and ask you, hey, if you got Blue Sky, add me. Okay. But more importantly, tell everybody where you are. Like, hey, I'm in this dude's live podcast. Okay. We've got 85 people in here. So obviously, thank you for being here. Thank you. Okay. A lot of people asking like what's going on today? Well, how about this Matt Gaetz report? Okay, so we're going to open it up, read it a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to read some of this to you. Okay, findings in bold letters at the top of the document. I put the link in the chat. The committee found Representative Gaetz violated state laws related to sexual misconduct. Okay. And underneath that, committee did not find that Representative Gaetz violated federal sex trafficking laws. Schmex trafficking laws. This is for entertainment purposes only. The committee found that Representative Gaetz engaged in commercial sex, which is sex for money. Okay. Committee found that Representative Gaetz violated Florida's statutory rape law. Grape. The committee found Representative Gaetz used illegal drugs. Okay. Committee found that Representative Gaetz violated the House gift rule. Okay. So he received impermissible gifts. Committee found Representative Gaetz dispensed special privileges and favors to individuals with whom he had a personal relationship. Okay. The committee found Representative Gaetz sought to obstruct its investigation of his conduct. Okay. And if you remember, lately I've been talking about obstruction because a lot of people have asked me, how come president and vice president weren't involved in a major investigation leading up to and after the election? And it's because they're the administration in power, and Kamala Harris and this administration, it's their job to discharge this election. So any conversations had between any departments and Kamala Harris would have been wholly inappropriate and would have just resulted in derailing any investigation into this election, because as you can tell by the silence, right? The silence, right, has been a big question mark. A lot of people have been like, man, it's awfully quiet. They can't say anything. If they say anything, it could be obstruction. It could give away the game. It could be an InfoSec issue. It could be a national security issue. Information security is InfoSec. NatSec is national security. Okay, international security is an issue. The fact that Elon Musk has publicly talked about Germany's election and supporting the RFB in Germany, it's troubling. Okay. But this Matt Gaetz report is going to have to suffice. And the thing about it is, he didn't violate federal law, but he broke a bunch of state laws. Okay? And even obstructed in his own investigation into his conduct. So people ask, like, oh, these people are never held accountable. Okay. He's about to be. Okay? Okay? And keep in mind, he did promise to retaliate. So I expect that that'll happen. Understand he's filed an appeal, and he doesn't want that report released. But as you can tell, it's okay. It's already out there. Okay. A lot of people have argued with me about the 14th Amendment, Article 3, and they keep saying, Jared, I don't think you can use the 14th Amendment, Article 3. Okay. And I just want to point you to this. Here's a link to Reddit. Okay. Link to Reddit. Where a Harvard Law Review paper regarding Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. By the way, remember how Donald Trump said he wanted to get rid of, what was it? The birthright? You want to get rid of birthright? Right? Birthright citizenship? Yeah, that's the 14th Amendment. He wanted to get rid of the 14th Amendment. Yeah? Because the 14th Amendment, so think about, every accusation is a tell, right? And Donald Trump said, I want to get rid of birthright citizenship. For the record, do you know how fucking stupid that is? That might be one of the dumber things I've ever heard come out of a politician's mouth is, I want to get rid of birthright citizenship. No, the fuck he doesn't. He wants to get rid of the 14th Amendment because of Article 3. He knows, and he knew at the... I just put it all together. He found out at the White House, at the lunch. Why do you think he looked so let down at the White House? And also, I want to point out that even on Truth Social, Donald Trump didn't post for 4 days after the election. I want to make sure that I stick the landing on his own social media website. That motherfucker got banned from Twitter for life. Built his own social media website and did not brag about winning the election. He won it all. He got a friendly SCOTUS. He's the president. A friendly House. He can do whatever the fuck he wants. He's literally Skeletor from fucking He-Man. Okay? He has all of the power. And he ain't bragging? He ain't bragging? Yeah, I heard what Ken Paxton said. But what we were talking about is the 14th Amendment, Article 3. And we got sidetracked because I said, remember how Donald Trump has said he wanted to get rid of birthright citizenship? He can't get rid of birthright citizenship, but the 14th Amendment, Article 3 says he can't be president. And here's the Harvard Law Review agreeing with me. So we're going to fucking read it. Abstract. In Trump v. Anderson, the Supreme Court was confronted with the explosive question of whether former President Donald Trump was constitutionally disqualified from future office by Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. The Colorado Supreme Court had found that he was, and consequently held him ineligible for the state's primary ballot as a matter of state election law. Rarely have stakes of a constitutional issue been so great. The institutional, political, and personal pressures on the justices presented by Trump v. Anderson were enormous, requiring the justices to rise to the demands of the occasion in a way perhaps unrivaled in the court's history. They did not do so. Unlike some great cases of American history where the press of time and circumstances had the effect of concentrating the judicial mind to produce important landmark constitutional decisions, the court in Trump v. Anderson produced a flimsy decision and a high-stakes, high-profile, high-intensity case of great importance. Instead of confronting the issues squarely, the court tried to sweep Section 3 under the rug. The court decided little in the end, and what it did decide was still flagrantly wrong. The court held that states may not enforce Section 3's disqualification from office in the context of state election law concerning elections to federal office. That holding is legally indefensible. It is fundamentally inverts the Constitution's text, structure, and history concerning the power of states and presidential elections. I just want to make sure that you all understand that there's a very good reason, and his name's Hunter Biden, why it's a good thing that there are not rules that say you cannot be a felon or a convict and run for office. And I'm going to say it again because it took his own daddy being president to pardon him. Okay? Is everybody caught up and understand? Like, yeah, I understand. So the whole reason that you can be a convict and run for office is so you don't get Hunter Biden. Except your daddy ain't never going to be president, and he ain't never going to pardon you. So there's nobody coming to help. No cavalry for you. Okay? So again, every accusation is a tell. Okay? Donald Trump says, I want to get rid of birthright citizenship. I call your fucking bluff. You were trying to get rid of the 14th Amendment, Article 3, because you fucking know. Because he fucking knows. Okay? I'm going to keep reading. The states can't enforce Article 3 and keep you off a ballot because it doesn't say you can't run. So again, everybody's been messaging me for like 6 months and being like, hey, I thought you said he can't be president because of the 14th Amendment, Article 3. How come he can run? Okay? How come he can run? Because it costs money. So there's a cost to you running for public office. Okay? There's a cost. to running for public office. And the incumbent party has all of the money in the world, and the challenger does not have all the money in the world. In this case, Donald Trump had less than half of the money available to him that Kamala Harris did. Okay? So if I'm going to fight you in an election, and I know you're going to run out of money before you ever get into office, and I also know that you're going to fucking cheat, I'm dragging this shit the fuck out. Okay? So everybody telling me I don't know what I'm talking about, and this shit is only going to go one way. Oh yeah, Pennsylvania has not certified their result in this election. So I need y'all to get off me. I'm real good. I'm so good. We're reading the Harvard Law Review who agrees with me. And I'm not a lawyer. This is just for entertainment purposes. But it says here, yet equally significant is what the court did not decide. It did not reject the Colorado Supreme Court's conclusion that Trump is disqualified from future office under the standards of Section 3. It did not hold that the events culminating in the January 6th attack on the Capitol fell short of the constitutional standard for an insurrection. It did not reject the Colorado Supreme Court's conclusion that Trump had engaged in that insurrection. It did not question the Colorado court's factual findings concerning Trump's conduct and intent, and perhaps contrary to initial appearances and contrary to the critique of the justices concurring in the judgment only, the court did not hold that Section 3 is legally inoperative without enforcement legislation by the Congress. Nothing in the case contradicts the conclusion that we reached in our prior scholarship, the sweep and force of Section 3, and any of these points. The upshot is that Donald Trump remains constitutionally disqualified from the presidency and may not lawfully serve in that office or any other unless Congress removes the disqualification by 2/3 majorities in both houses. Nothing in Trump v. Anderson changes that legal reality. If Donald Trump was constitutionally ineligible to the presidency on March 3rd, 2024, the day before the court's decision, he remained constitutionally ineligible on March 5th, the day after its decision. And he remains ineligible today. A variety of potential avenues to enforce that disqualification remain. Did you hear what that said? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I want to make sure that everyone heard that. Everyone heard that. I'm going to say it again so that you can hear it again. A variety of potential avenues to enforce that disqualification remain. No. Galactic Glitz, no. The 14th Amendment, Article 3, does not say you can't run. It does not say you cannot be the president-elect either. Guess why? President-elect is not a title. President-elect is not a title. Listen to me. If I know that you have limited money and I have unlimited money and that you're not even eligible for the job, I'm going to let you run for office, spend all that money to get to the office of president, and disqualify you at the last second and just take the office and be like, you fucking idiot. You're not eligible. And I don't want to hear this shit, J.D. Vance is just going to be president. J.D. Vance is just going to be president. Donald Trump's not eligible for president, so the 25th Amendment doesn't apply. And if you'd been listening to my content, I already fucking told you that. Did I not tell you that? Did I not tell you all that? I fucking told you. I've sat here for 2 fucking months telling you over and over and over again, Donald Trump is not eligible for office. And I've had people fucking argue with me. Why can't he run? Why can't he run? Because it costs money. Lots and lots of money that he don't have. And that he has to keep taking dark money. Money from people he can never pay that shit back. He's on his last leg. That motherfucker's pooping his pants. So when you saw him sitting at the White House with Joe Biden, who's cracking his shit up, and Donald Trump literally looks like, man, fuck. That's because somebody just told him, you dumb ass. You've got to be the dumbest person on earth. Nobody showed you the 14th Amendment, Article 3, and it said if you've prior held office and you participated in an insurrection, you're ineligible to take office. It fucking says it! I've been telling you the whole time! $234 people in here. Y'all should get 8 hours of sleep at night. And let me amend that a little bit. Y'all... It literally... Michael, he was convicted in Colorado. And they said he's not qualified. I literally just read from the Harvard Law Review, who agrees with me about him being constitutionally unqualified. And I'm going to read it again since you're stupid and you think you know more than the lawyers that work for the Harvard Law Review. And I just want to point this out. It is at the bottom of a document that I shared with you. I literally handed you the proof and said, here's the proof. Here's lawyers from the Harvard Law Review, okay, agreeing with me, okay? And I want you to read, and this will give you all the hope in the world. All the hope in the world, okay? A variety of potential avenues to enforce that disqualification remain. Okay? Okay? So, don't worry. There's no we. Hey, don't even interact. Don't even interact. Just move to block. Okay? Okay? So understand that's happening. Okay? And my thought process is, because I know y'all are going to be like, well, what's the point of Kamala Harris and Joe Biden being at the fucking White House right now if that's just going to happen on January 6th and there ain't shit going to happen between now and then? Like, why the fuck are they at the White House? Because it was every election. Every election requires all those agencies to do research. They have to let the president know if there was any election interference or fraud. Chewy said, what about what the Supreme Court said otherwise? So I'm guessing you didn't read the document. Okay. Somebody DM Jessica Maryland the document. Why do I need to go to your account when I've been creating content talking about Donald Trump cheating in this election for 2 months now? I don't like it when people that I don't know come on my content and tell them to go look at your fucking content. I think that's pretty fucking scumbaggish. Don't you? I don't do that to anyone else. I don't expect you to come back to mine. Come on to my fucking live with 200 fucking people in here, you fucking bottom dweller. You goddamn catfish. Fuck out of here. Eat shit and die. How about that? Fucking come in my live, fucking trying to get somebody to go look at your fucking content, fucking asshole. I'm gonna go shit in your mailbox. Okay? People are like, man, he gets mad fast. I have a hair trigger temper. Oh, so remember, they get until like March for that Executive Order 13848 report. They get until March. So everybody's like, hey man, I need to see that ODNI report. Where's that ODNI report? Well, that ODNI report came out within days. I'm shit. Yeah. Fucking. Okay. So I know a lot of y'all don't know how to do research. A lot of y'all don't know that DNI.gov. Okay. You ever wondered? Jared? Jared, where's the Department of National Intelligence website? Okay. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence. So people are asking me, where are we going to see this? Like, where's this executive order shit announcement gonna go? Okay, right there, dni.gov. Yeah, yeah. Hey, don't even engage people. If people come in my chat and they blah 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 MAGA, just blah blah block them. Savvy? What are you tagging me for? I have mods. I have many mods. Okay. So I encourage you to bookmark the Department of National Intelligence and stop asking me where they're going to talk about Executive Order 13848 most likely. Okay? Most likely no MAGA. Not in a million years. Okay? Yeah, I have mods too, but I kind of want people that I like to work for me. Savvy? Okay. Sorry, I was reading my mods quad blocked somebody. Do you know how bad you gotta fuck up for all 4 mods to block you before I even see the comment? Man, tough sledding, huh? So yeah, here's another thing I'll say. You want another big tell that something going on? You want another big tell that something going on? You want another big tell that something going on? You want another big tell that something going on? Does everybody want another tell that something's going on? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? We haven't heard dog shit from the White House. Joe Biden commuted some sentences this morning. Ain't heard a fucking word. They're still here. They're still here. I know what I would be doing. Do you know what you would be doing? If you were Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, do you know what you would be doing? I would be highlighter in the mouth, pen in the hand, flipping through these reports. Oh fuck yeah, they cheated. Fuck yeah, they cheated. Alabama, Alaska, Arizona. I fucking told you. I saw a picture. I saw a picture of the United States after the election, and it showed voting tendency. And everybody in the whole country went right. And I was like, no, the fuck you didn't. No, the fuck you did not. The entire fucking country did not go right. Since January 6th, 2021, my entire family's law enforcement. Police were unalived that day. If you could literally watch the right end the lives of police officers, and then police officers unalive themselves after the insurrection on the U.S. Capitol, and still vote Republican, I don't want to be anywhere near that. And I refuse to believe that is any semblance of the moral majority in the United States. There's too many people that saw January 6th and said, I can never vote Republican again. Sherry Nelson 50. Congratulations for embarrassing yourself in front of 100 plus people. You fucking clown ass bitch. So, remember Donald Trump said he wanted to take over Panama, right? The American Canal. Yeah, yeah. Do you remember that? Do you remember that? And you're like, why the fuck? Who even thinks about the Panama Canal? Yeah, who even thinks about the Panama Canal? Okay. Well, there's a little link in the chat. You obviously haven't heard about the FBI informants that were just proven to be in the crowd. Which crowd? But yeah, Donald Trump has been accused of tax evasion in Panama. So if you wondered why Donald Trump was talking about invading Panama, oops. Let's see. Oh, he also wanted to demand control for Greenland, and a lot of people have said he wants Greenland because he's just now learning about climate change, and he thinks if we take control of Greenland and climate change is just gonna happen, then Greenland becomes like habitable and shit. And it's just like that's not how that works. That's just not gonna. The permafrost is not gonna be. You're not gonna be able to live in that. It's gonna create gases that you won't be able to breathe. Let's see. Oh, did y'all see Luigi pled not guilty? By the way, y'all saw that, right? The adjuster pled not guilty. Who said I just want Trump out? Like I always think it's funny. I always think it's funny when people are like, Donald Trump really wants to invade, and you're like, no, he don't. He owes him money. Like, do you know why? Do you know why? What does that say? His lawyer dressed down the New York police department as well. Yeah, he said they were politicizing his arrest. Yeah, keep CEO. Hey, the best CEO is a scared CEO. Trump is sundowning, and I couldn't agree more. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I know everybody. I was anticipating some shit today, but hey, I'm coming out here and sticking my neck out here and saying like, look, it's not like I'm getting paid to be here, but I'm willing to say like I thought that something was going to be released today, and then what I realized because I read Executive Order 13848 like 17 fucking times last week, in the last week, and I keep forgetting that it's every election. It's not like they're just doing all this work for one presidential election. No, it's like all those down ballot elections nationwide. Yeah, Seer, I was telling people that I don't think they're talking about New Year's cuz Kamala Harris recently spoke and she said be ready to fight after the holidays or whatever, come back ready to roar or whatever after the holidays. I don't think she was talking about New Year's. Yeah. I did it wrong. I did it wrong. My threat assessment was they gave everybody Christmas Eve off so they could make a big announcement today, the 23rd, have Washington D.C. and all the federal agencies be like home with their families tomorrow and there be nowhere to like fight and shit cuz nobody's there, right? And then the 25th and 26th it like further diffuses shit, right? But that no. You fuck up so many people's Christmases. A lot of people's Christmases it's like the last time they're going to be around those people anyway, right? And so for me, I'm going to be around family that voted for Donald Trump, right? The 24th and 25th, okay? Right? But no, like first sign of a problem, I'm out. I've already said like and the thing about it is my entire family is veterans and law enforcement and shit. So like if you're a veteran and you come up to me and you're like, "Ha ha ha ha, Donald Trump won and shit," and you're a veteran, it's like you realize that you voted for me to lose my benefits and lose my house. You voted for me. You voted to lose your own benefits and privatize your own health care. Like if you're a veteran and you voted for Donald Trump, you voted to fuck yourself out of money. Like thousands, it's gonna cost thousands of dollars to replace the quality of health care you get through the VA. Okay. Yeah, of course the day's not over yet, but I'm also there. It's not like they're going to update their speaking schedule midday. That isn't generally how that works. They can make a surprise announcement and shit, but well, the good news is you don't have to prove anything to anyone. You're just allowed to be like, I have a feeling something's going on, and just live in that. Okay. And no, because a lot of people are asking me. A lot of people are asking me, do you still feel the same way? You still feel the same way you did after the election? Yeah. Yeah. I've just gotten validated. What's happened over time is all of the data came out. I just saw glimpses of the data and I'm stupid. So I was like, wait, that data looks screwed up. And as soon as I see screwed up data, it's like cuz I do it wrong, right? So because I'm wrong all the time, I saw that data and was like that data's fucked up, right? And over time, I've been validated as like more data comes out. It's not like it's going the other way. It's like, nope, I'm right. I was right. Like, and as we've learned more, like about Executive Order 13848, about prosecuting election crimes, right? I think we had a big breakthrough today, right, where we figured out Donald Trump wanted to get rid of birthright citizenship. That might be the dumber of things I've ever heard Donald Trump say. I want to get rid of birthright citizenship. Okay? So he's doing that. He's doing that to get rid of the 14th Amendment Article 3, the third part there. Okay? So obviously I just realized that today while we were on here. I was like, holy shit, he did say that shit too. Every accusation's a fucking admission, right? So he knows, and he found out at the White House. They reminded him. And I guarantee you, Joe Biden got really close and he's like, I just wanted you to know that I know. And we're gonna find out, Don. You're also ineligible for the job. You won't be the president. Remember, he still has not signed the emoluments clause. He still has not signed the ethics agreement. His cabinet picks have not been approved. You also don't normally. You also don't norm. What? Somebody said stay out of politics? Like what? So wait, you think you got it wrong about 24th being a break because of an announcement? What? No, I was thinking make an announcement today, the 23rd. Then everybody's off tomorrow and there's nowhere to be angry, right? But then you've got the 24th, 25th, right? You fuck people's holidays up. So I was wrong to be like, they would be at the point today to say something, right? And then now I'm like, I think the reason that they took tomorrow off is so they didn't have to worry about people stopping by the White House to visit and shit. They're off. Let them go home, be with their families, and we'll stay. And you gotta understand. You gotta understand. Um, from everything that I understand, Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are still at the White House, and I've been trying to tell y'all what reasons do they both need to be at the White House. Can anybody give me a reason why Joe Biden and Kamala Harris needed to be at the White House today? Huh? So there's 100 fucking people in my chat. There's another 12 in my YouTube. So that's 125 people. Somebody tell me they're having a Christmas party. Deborah's got it. Deborah's fucking got it. Okay? So they're clearly having a Christmas party. Frenchie said it's a complete break with norms for them to be there. Okay? Deborah told us, though, that they're having a Christmas party. Okay? And so, while I would fucking love to be in a situation where I honestly felt like Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are in fucking Christmas party mode, I can promise you they are fucking not in Christmas party mode. Okay? Well, Sylvia, they can actually read the report in 3 separate spaces. Here, I had a clearance, I'll just tell you. So they can read classified information in a SCIF, which is a specially designed trailer. They can also do it in the Situation Room, or they could do it in the Oval Office. Okay? My guess is they started in the Oval Office, and they have since moved to a Situation Room or a SCIF. Okay? They need more space because there's a lot of information. They need to spread it out. They were supposed to be in their home states for Christmas. They will not be in their home states. Okay? You're welcome. Yeah. They can either use a skiff, the Oval Office, the Situation Room, and the Situation Room can be a made room. Okay. But understand, there's not another good reason. There's not another good reason that they're there right now. So I want to make sure that I tell you that there's not a good reason they're there right now. Like, hey, I was kidding about the Christmas party shit. They probably have already done their Christmas. One of the things that I got to think about is their security, their safety. And I worked in security for a long time. Yeah, it's just a thought. I wasn't shitting on you, Deborah. I was saying, like, it's not a Christmas party, but like, for what other reason would they not just go to their homes in Delaware and California, respectively? Yeah. Hey, you know what? Somebody said they're swingers. Okay. Somebody messaged me and said you have not thought about the fact that the Bidens and the Harrises are swingers. And I want to make sure that I tell you that you're fucking disgusting. And no, not only no, hell no, that is not what is happening. Okay? Although Kamala Harris is fetching. Okay? Kamala Harris, that's a pretty lady. Okay? Not what is going on. Okay? All I said, like, hey, Kamala Harris is fetching. She looks good in a business suit. Okay? Let's keep it in a business suit. Okay? That said, when I kind of look through what's going on here, you know, it's still pretty early in the day. I like to get on here after lunch thinking maybe we'll get an afternoon help. Okay? But yeah. Here's Reuters. Okay? This is a good source. Okay? Yeah, to read the report. Yeah, that's the only acceptable reason that they aren't just at home. Here's why. Most things you could do from home in government. But one of the things you can't do is you can't view. I got 20 years military service and we did it off in 77 and 97. Back in the day with Joe's senator. Do what? Yeah, it could be a big party in a couple days. So they gotta plan these holiday parties. Yeah, that makes sense. No, that's generally what I would probably be telling people is they're just gonna have a big old Christmas party. Yes, Christmas party. Big hey. Okay. But you know, Elon Musk out here making friends everywhere, right? How about Elon Musk helping to shape policy against himself? Okay. So there's Elon Musk threatening to primary Democrats spurs new urgency to ban super PACs. So I just think that's hilarious. Ghostface says, I can't wait to play my Gucci Mane Christmas mixtape the next 2 days. That sounds amazing. Gucci Mane's a shit. Where is Elon now? Is he locked up yet? Right? I fucking wish he would just get arrested. That would have been a great Christmas present. You know what I mean? I don't feel like I ask for much. Just world peace, universal education income, and housing, and healthcare. Yeah. But let's see. Espionage charges. Wait, do we see him get filed? Yeah, after Christmas party? Right. Gets report to Catalyst. Yeah. Well, I mean, remember I said Joe Biden pardoning his son was the the beginning of the apocalypse. Um, yeah. May one of my friends in my YouTube chat said also we haven't heard if they just paid their fine or not. Okay? So we don't know. Okay? What's you this Jared? Joe's gonna have a field day. Yeah, for fucking sure. Okay. I have absolutely no doubt that eventually it's gonna get hot. You know, in Middle East falling apart. Yeah. She said. Deborah said she worked in for Joe for like 20 years. Yeah, we did hear Leon's being investigated. Haven't got any clearances. Yeah. Is there an Elon Musk? Like the bat? Yeah. I don't really want to. I don't really want to pay attention to him. Like I just really don't like him. Why did you mention Enemy Mine earlier? Oh, because people are clamoring for aliens, right? They say like, "Oh, there's aliens. I can't wait. I want to meet aliens and shit." And I had joked like, "Y'all would just be racist towards a fucking alien." And somebody was like, "You can't be racist towards an alien." And I was like, "You ain't never seen Enemy Mine?" Oh man, that was a good joke. That's a good fucking joke, man. But yeah, I love that movie growing up. So yeah, yeah. So keep in mind, it says in order to remove the disqualification, it takes a 2/3 vote in both houses. Remember, this is to remove the disqualification. So Donald Trump would have to have both chambers vote 2/3 for him in order to lift. So like Kamala Harris is the person discharging the elections. So she's the one like you're ineligible from 14th Amendment Article 3, and then he's like bullshit. I'm gonna take you to fucking whatever, and then like. In order for it to be lifted, it takes 2/3 vote from each house. So, like I said, I've been saying all along, you ain't gonna be fucking president because of 14th Amendment, Article 3, and everybody's like, oh, okay. Like, okay. Like, I did tell you that. Now the Harvard Law Review is confirming what I said, right? Come back ready after the holidays. Tim Waltz is making popcorn. I, you know, you have to go through the ugliness for a future can look beautiful, for sure. For sure. Yeah, what, Deborah Mullen, what else did she say, dear? Judge is going to have a field day. I think I'm missing to investigate 45 case works for the ICC is back there now. Talk about Jack Smith. if it was election issues, wouldn't Tim Walz be there too? No. Nope. He's not part of an administration. Mm-mm. He can go back home to Minnesota and do his job. Yeah. But keep in mind, that's kind of a hobby for him. Is popcorn. Okay. Yeah, I think the right is all in on Donald Trump becoming president, and as I've been saying this whole time, yeah, yeah. Deborah Mullen said Netanyahu's been issued an arrest warrant, and many other war criminals aren't being taken out. Exactly, and like I said, Netanyahu and Putin both have ICC warrants, right? I would argue, one of the reasons that Joe Biden's stepping down theory makes sense to me is because he would be really useful geopolitically, especially when you're talking about geopolitical organized crime, right? Like, but yeah, so Deborah, the 20th of December, is that when all the votes get certified? And so if there had been an issue because of Executive Order 13848, then it would have mob? I don't know what the fuck that is. Sorry, I was checking to see if Shane had hit me back. He said he got one more and then he'll call me. Okay, so by the time we're out of here, we got about a half hour left, and I should get a call from Shane. We should have heat back in my house. So I'm still haven't turned the heat back on. Okay, just so you know. Okay, because the last set of instructions I received were that bag's just going to be in that bottom compartment, and it is, but it's not a plastic bag anymore. It's giant globs of shit. Okay, so I'm gonna have to leave my heat off until I talk to somebody. Okay. But yeah, one of the things that's telling is silence. Okay, and so a lot of people have asked me, like, how have you maintained confidence that something's actually going on? uh that same silence that you see as deafening and you're like, they're not doing shit, I see as very telling. If they actually were going to inaugurate Donald Trump on January 20th, knowing that he plans to, like, end the Constitution, end of rule of law and shit, right? And you said during that whole election that he was like an existential threat. They wouldn't even have run Kamala Harris if thought she was going to lose. Okay, the fact that they ran Kamala Harris ensured that he was going to cheat, because there's no way Donald Trump's losing to a black woman, right? Can you imagine how humiliated Donald Trump would have been if he would have just lost outright to Kamala Harris? Oh, the humiliation. The humiliation. Yeah. Well, I've known Donald Trump was not eligible for office since the insurrection. Immediately I was like, you can't like be an elected official and do that shit. Okay? Oh, but I wanted to point this out. I want to point this out because people keep asking me. People keep asking me. They keep telling me shit's over. And it's like, huh, that's strange. How come if shit's over, Pennsylvania and Connecticut have not submitted certification. Okay? How come Pennsylvania and Connecticut? Huh? Huh? How come Pennsylvania and Connecticut ain't in here? Okay. What was the results? 312 to 266? $226 to $312? Hmm. Yeah. So yeah, I know. Like I said, there's a lot of people out there slinging "it's over" type shit, and it's like, really? Because we're past the date of certification. 2 states still have not certified. That's a 52-point swing, by the way, because that'd be 312 minus 26. Just thinking about the 2 states, right, that didn't certify. There's set 19 and 7, so 26. Okay, 312 minus 26 is 286. Okay, 226 plus 26, 252. Okay, so it's only like a 31 seat difference there. So again, election's a lot fucking closer than you thought it was. Thought I saw something in chat. They will when they are ready. Yeah, right. But yeah, it was crazy finding out about the True Social, because I'm not on True Social. So if you're on True Social, hey, that's useful. I'm not. Okay, and to know that Donald Trump on his own social media website, he didn't post anything for 4 days after the election, and all he said was 3 GOP seats are trying to be stolen. And it's like, you're not bragging because you won? Wait a minute. I think that's a pretty good. Pretty sure CT electoral votes went to Harris, blue state. Okay, yeah. I'm just saying they haven't certified. Neither is Pennsylvania. Feel like that's interesting. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna mute myself here. That was Shane calling me and saying, okay, you've got air conditioning in that bottom unit, and there's a piece of metal there. That's why you couldn't see up, and that's those globs are not your bag. Your bag isn't gonna melt and spit pieces of plastic. What? I just unmuted myself. You can't hear me? Okay, okay. So he was like, "Thank God that that's not your plastic bag." And he said, what I think is that it's up, which is excellent news. For the record, he just said it's not. I don't think it's in your furnace. That's awesome. Okay, so it could have been a lot worse. Okay, so it could have been a lot worse. Okay, okay. Deborah said you're doing great. Stay professional. I'll be back later. That's hilarious. Um. So yeah, let's see where are we at now? How long we been live? Hour and 10 minutes. Okay. See, Karma's looking out for me, right? Right. Like I said, I thought I was. You don't understand. You don't understand. I thought the plastic bag was melting on the heat exchanger and spitting out like big chunks of plastic, and it was hot, right? And I was like, oh god, like oh no, like that plastic bag turned into like molten chunks of plastic. That's what I was thinking. And he's like, no, 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 no. The bag is intact. The bag is intact somewhere, and it's causing air resistance, and that's your problem. And it's like, oh, perfect, perfect. And he's like, I've never seen a bag go below the fan. So it's not in the fan. It can't be below. We looked. It's got to be up. So that's incredible news. To be honest, you sound like a politician before Trump, right? Right. Oh, he said, you're not going to believe this, but that's old school insulation. And he said, so what happens is that they spray that stuff and it gets all over that bottom unit, but it's nothing. Basically, it's nothing. So again, dumbass Lucky, he's like, because he was like, is your furnace running right now? And I was like, no. I was like, I'm not turning that shit on until I talk to the fucking HVAC tech again. He was like, okay. Yeah, like that spray foam stuff. Yeah, he said it's like from the 90s. That's why it's like heavy and like sticking to shit and like that's old. That's old. So I thought that was the plastic bag. We were in deep shit. Like we fucked all kinds of shit up if that's what it's spitting out. Oh, we destroyed our fucking furnace. Can't even keep it on. No, we're in deep shit. Instead, he's like, nah, it's up. It's up. Like you just got airflows fucked up above the unit, and it's keeping it from. Hey, I'm gonna keep talking about it. That's the best fucking news ever. I thought, I woke up this morning and ran out in the garage and pulled the filter and was like, where's the bag? Like the bag's got to be like right here, and like it wasn't attached to the filter itself, which makes obvious sense. But there's no sense it's not like above, just spanning the whole thing and just sitting there, and you can just take a coat hanger and grab it and pull it down. So fucking great. Told him, I got 20 minutes left. I'm gonna run out there and take a video, and we'll keep it moving from there. But yeah, if you got any questions, I could try to answer as we kind of wind down. Obviously, sorry I got a phone call. It was like wildly fucking important. It's freezing cold outside and I don't have heat in my house. So I'm going to take that phone call, especially when the guy's not like trying to charge me $100 just to talk to me. Right. Again, multiple times today have been living with positive karma, with good karma. Right. Good thing. I mean, I may not have my heat on right now, but good things keep happening. You understand? I may not have money. I may be broke as a joke. Okay. Birds have been quiet, but then again, the birds have been basically flawless so far. Okay. Michael Ramos with a good question. Do you think more than the Gates report will come out today? I'm 50-50. I'm half thinking that the Gates report plus the pardoning of all the the Gates report did come out. The Gates report is out. I read it to you. I just read the headers. I didn't even read all the gory details. I just read the bolded stuff. Okay? It's out. That's out on Reddit. You can see the whole document. Okay? Also, Joe Biden pardoned 37 of 40 people on death row, and the only people that Joe Biden did not pardon are the 3 white cis males that have committed mass murder. Okay? So that's Dylan Roof, Sarniev. I think it's Dylan Roof. Sarniev is the Boston bomber, and then there's somebody that, yeah. Okay. So I think that's a pretty big Monday. If you don't mind me saying, I think the Matt Gaetz report coming out, and I think 37 of 40 possible death row inmates being pardoned because the death penalty is becoming increasingly less popular. Yeah, it did do the pardons. Matt Gaetz report came out, and then somebody asked, I got a hard hitter for you. How are you feeling about the 12-team college football playoff so far? So, first of all, I am a high school football coach. I'm a huge college football fan. Obviously, Saturday was noon, 4, and 8. There was about 12 hours of college football on Saturday. And I love it. Okay. The only issue that I have is that I don't think it should be any conference champions. Meaning, I don't think there should be any automatic bids, that it should strictly be based on your ranking. Right? I want the 12 best teams in the country. I don't want, I hate to be like that, but I don't want Boise State, right? I don't want Arizona State. I want the 12 best teams in the country. Okay? So, any more questions for me, comments, concerns? I'm feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. What up, Shotty? Your Vols, hey. I don't normally make a point to talk smack about. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you saw this, guys. In Indiana, they elected this woman named Victoria Spatz, I think, which is hilarious because there's pants called Spats, right? Anyway, she defected from the Republican Party and she became a Democrat. So I know we had it happen. I think we had it happen in Florida, right, where a Democrat got elected and flipped Republican down there. But up here in Indiana, we had a Republican flip Democrat. So I know it's great. That doesn't happen. But I'm glad it is. She said that they were just all about Trump, you know. Vice TV, by the way, has the search for Q. Here is retired Major General Paul Eaton discussing how Mike Flynn, Putin's chaos general in the USA, is using the QAnon psyop to build a radicalized right. Okay. Lulu said, do you think Muskrat will try and flee before the cuffs come out? It's going to be very difficult for him to flee because there's a flight tracker. So Elon Musk is going to have a hard time running because his flights are tracked. So And you got to tell them where you're going ahead of time. It's an interesting thread too. I'm actually gonna hit that up again. So hey, I'm actually recommending the whole thread. Talks about how QAnon's a Russian psyop. I feel like that's a worthy read there. I'm gonna get out of that though. Okay. Is he trying to? Is he trying to what? I think he flies a lot, and that's part of his game. What else we got? Nope, it's you, Lori. Yeah, no shit, Tio. Tio said the whole Russian MAGA movement has been the most successful Russian psyop that's ever put in the U.S. For sure. Though the crazy thing is, they're a lot less popular than they think, and it's all gonna come out in the wash. Okay? I have zero fucking doubts. And again, I don't know if we talked about that. Luigi pled not guilty to murder and terrorism. Just want to throw that out there. Yeah, yeah. Russia's been wild. They added a terrorism. Yeah, it's insane that they added a terrorism charge. Cause I ain't scared. I'm not a billionaire. Well, fuck, I would be scared. There's like 78 people on Earth that should be scared of that person. That the fact that there are only that many fucking billionaires tells you, or in the United States, tells you exactly what you need to know. Okay. So yeah, I'm sticking with. Hey, something's wrong 2024 as the subreddit of choice. You'll see me. I am likely alien in the comments. Okay. I encourage you, if you feel so motivated. Okay, if you feel so motivated to share my content to that subreddit and say, hey, I watch this guy's content every day. He has a live podcast where he talks about news and politics, except I'm a socialist and I'm not a bigot, right? So for the record, all of my mods are women that I'm aware of. Okay. I also because I'm a socialist, I'm good at telling you what that is, and that just means I want everyone to have universal healthcare, education, income, and housing. This means that when you get sick, I don't want you to unalive because you can't afford the treatment. I don't want you to have to get a divorce from your spouse because you are going to unalive and your medical debt would be a burden to them. I don't want you to divorce your spouse to save your relationship, right? I don't want you to get student loans $250,000, $500,000 to get where you want to get in life and then spend the rest of your life paying that shit back. And by the time you've paid it back, you've paid 2 and 3 times what you borrowed, right? I also don't want to see you get into the situation that I'm in right now. Like, I got a mortgage, but my mortgage keeps going up because of the valuation of my home. And that feels kind of shitty, right? Like, I bought a house for a good value, and because it's increasing in value, my costs are going up, right? People don't even talk about these things, about how shitty that is, right? You want to talk about your cost of living going up where you rent, you could just go rent somewhere else. And I get it, that is not always the answer, but you can't do that when you're a homeowner. You can't just sell your house, move to a new house, sell your house. That doesn't work. Not when the Fed triples the fucking interest rate on us and now the average interest rate is more like 7.5%, right? So to all those people that are out there like, oh, I'll never own a fucking home, not if we don't embrace socialism, which housing is a component of. Okay? We have 300,000 fucking homeless people in the United States, and most of them are fucking veterans. Lady said, I bought a house for the financial stability, and that didn't work at all. No, no. Why? Because if you get into financial difficulty and you can't pay your house payment, you lose your house. When you get into financial difficulty, you have to borrow against the value of your home. That's called a HELOC, a high interest loan on credit. Okay? And what ends up happening is you can lose your house if you can't pay your mortgage and the loan back on the HELOC. So is it something that you should ever do? Nope. And then I think that the government owes you an income component until we can get wages going up and inflation going down, which is, by the way, is where we were at the end of the Joe Biden presidency. Is we were finally, the GDP was rising, inflation's falling, right? And of course now I don't know that we're going to get there. Okay? And I say all that to say I don't know whether we're going to get there, because what we have to decide, right? What we have to figure out is if the people that are in charge are going to do what we've been talking about, right? That we just had to figure, is that going to happen or not? And my answer is that you can't let Donald Trump take power. So to all those people that are like, yeah, right. He says shit, our home's paid for and shit. No shit. I can't wait. Okay. I've been in here about 7 years. I'd love to get in a position to make like an extra mortgage payment every month or whatever to get out from underneath it as fast as possible and just own it outright. Only have to worry about paying taxes. Okay. Jay said BlackRock's capitalizing on the housing market. Hell yeah, they are. Right? And I think it should be illegal. I don't think companies should be looking to buy homes. I think that you should, yeah, it better, or else our union is gone. And I've been saying, like, listen, I don't want to play the Division 2 in real life. Savvy? I just rather play Division 2, the video game. I don't want to live it in real life. It's post-apocalyptic in Washington D.C. and New York City. It's not. I will say you do a lot of good things that aren't shooty bang bang. So it's like a good. Yeah, you don't live rent free in my head. That shit has a cost. Yeah. So you got a few minutes left. If anybody's got questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, demands, I would generally suggest you don't make demands. Cool. Don't make demands. Okay. We got 10 in our YouTube chat, 38 in our TikTok live. Play the Division, both of them. Yep, it's a great game. Great game. I usually play it when I'm stressed. When I think like the world's ending. That and Days Gone. Days Gone's another like great fucking game. Like post-apocalyptic, but it's like zombies and shit. Yeah. The Division isn't zombies, it's unfortunately it's human v human. Good guys versus bad guys. It's a I don't even like in the Division 2, I don't even know what the classes are. Like I have this problem. Okay, we can talk about video games to end here since nobody has questions. So I have a problem in video games. I don't mind starting over. And so I've started over everything so many times. Mostly I think it's because, like, for example, I play Path of Exile 2 right now. And you can make a mistake early that the repercussions slow you down so much that it's just better to start over. It's more time time effective to do that. And I've done that with most video games ever. Um, I think it has something to do with the way I was raised. It has something to do with like learning to play poker at far too young of an age, where you're never punished in a video game for starting over. Um, and like I said, when you know what the odds are, and you know, like I say, you see something is difficult, and you've made it more difficult for yourself, start over. Like don't keep doing the thing that you made it more difficult, right? So hey, I'm gonna go try to fix my heat. It sounds like the problem might not be anywhere near as bad as I thought it was. Okay, and I'm trying to get that fixed before my wife comes home. So yeah, Logan, I'd love to play with you. I am likely alien pretty much everywhere. Okay, that includes PS5. Okay. So hey, I appreciate you all. We're on here for about an hour and a half, twice a day during the week, once on the weekend, until there's money involved. Okay. I have a play PS5. Isn't that game cross? Isn't that a cross compatible game? But yeah. Okay. Make sure that you get 8 hours of sleep, or that whatever you're doing allows you to sleep. Yeah, it's great news about my furnace. Y'all don't understand. Him laughing and being like, "That's not the plastic bag, brother. It did not get hot to the point where it's spitting out molten pieces of plastic. That didn't fucking happen." So the fact that he said like, "Oh, good, good, good. You didn't find it. Good. And you've got an air conditioner. Good. I didn't know if you had one." So it's not above. Let's look and make sure it's not above. And there's no components above. It's just space. Above it is the return. So I thought it got sucked up, and it may well have got sucked up, even though that's a return. It's physically possible. That's what it looked like to me. So I'm gonna go try to fix it and get the heat running before my wife comes home. So y'all have a good rest of your day, and we'll talk soon. Okay, bye y'all. It literally won't let me get out now. Thank you. I pushed the button and everything became huge.